All right. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, everyone. I'm so happy and grateful that you all jumped on tonight's call. We are the YL Unstoppables. We are five cross-line friends who enjoy talking and educating and inspiring other people about young living. And so we are going to be talking tonight about the four core supplements, which are enzymes, omegas, probiotics, and antioxidants. Okay, and a little bit extra, but mostly the four core. My name is Shelby Corwin. I'm from Oklahoma. I have two small, oily babies, and I've been with Young Living for 6 years. And I'm going to start this off by talking about what I am most passionate about, and that is you, the consumer. No one cares, unfortunately, about you or your family more than you should or that you do. So I want to educate you on how to make the best choice as far as supplements go. And Young Living is the easy button. And that's what we're going to talk about. Okay. As you know, you can go anywhere, Walmart, Walgreens, Amazon, and anywhere and buy supplements, right? I mean, you can even drive through and get a vitamin B shot. They're all over the place. Okay. So what separates Young Living from the other brands? And there's two things that I want to talk about is bioavailability. Okay. Do you know what that is? Bioavailability is let me give you the simple version. I'm a blue personality. And so with all of the science stuff, I'm like, I need it to be simple. So bioavailability is the act of something going into your body and your body using it to the max. Okay. So what sets Young Living supplements apart is the bioavailability when we use essential oils. Okay. So the oils are small enough and they're used as a vehicle, a driving agent, if you will. So the supplements are amazing on their own. And then we add in essential oils to absorb them at their max. And the same standard that we use for our oils, the seed to seal, is the same standard that we use for our supplements. So the easy button of knowing, hey, I know that everything in this supplement is the purest form, that they care enough about from the seed all the way to the seal or the bottle. Okay. So the truth is that not all supplements are the same. So you got the sourcing, which is Young Living, which we know, we trust, we can go to the farms. And then you've also got the bioavailability of using like essential oils to absorb to the max, because scientists will tell you like, oh yeah, your body can absorb all that, but is it using it? Is the ingredients in the supplements and or our food, are we using it to the max, or is it fake? Is it made in a lab? Do we even know what it is? Right? So that's why we can trust Young Living and we can say, boop, easy button. And if you're thinking, well, I don't really need to supplement because I eat clean, right? Because that's what we think. We think we're eating clean. We're eating salads over barbecue. We're eating clean. The truth is, you guys, lean in. The ground is depleted. The fruits and veggies that we are consuming are not the same as they once were. Okay. The seeds are GMO. They're genetically modified. So even if you have to check when you're doing your own gardening, even when you go to a farmer's market, we have a garden here at the house because you need to know where the seeds are, because the seeds now are genetically modified to where the plants grow faster. They grow faster. And if they're having problem with bugs, they will make seeds that are genetically modified where the bugs won't bother that crop, because they need it. They need it, right? They need it now. They need it yesterday. So the food that we have is just depleted. And so with that being said, we do our best, right? We do our best. We buy organic, we check ingredients and whatnot, but we have to supplement. Okay. And we can trust Young Living's supplements. There was a study done and with oranges, and I think it said 8 oranges is what we would have to consume in today's land to compare to one orange back in our ancestors? 8. Just because they're not giving the land rest, right? And we know with Young Living that we give the land rest, right? We do the best. We have higher standards. Okay. And another thing that makes Young Living so awesome and amazing is that we make it super simple. Okay. As far as, you know where it's coming from, you know the ingredients, you know that we're using oils to absorb it as much as we can. Well, we have labels that tell us what supplement category they're in. So I'll put this in the chat, but the green label is for vitamins and minerals that support a healthy lifestyle. The blue label on the bottles, the blue label is detoxing and cleansing. And the orange label is like more specific things like enzymes, joint health, heart, brain, hormones, and things like that. And so Lene is going to bring us into our first of the 4 core with enzymes.
Thank you, Shelby. My name is Lene. I'm a nurse. I am a mother of 2 kiddos that have been oiled since 2 and 6 months. And my passion is health and fitness. And I so desire to have other people see the same results that I've seen. So I'm looking forward to educating you tonight about Essentialzymes 4 and a couple other enzymes. There's several different enzymes that Young Living carries, and so of the specific core 4 that was kind of mentioned in this class is Essentialzymes 4. And basically what the gist of enzymes in general are is that they are about breaking down the food that you eat so that your body can get the most out of it. So our body doesn't naturally produce enzymes. We get our enzymes from food. And like Shelby said, when our food supply doesn't have what it once did, then we're not getting the enzymes that we need to break down the healthy food that we are eating. So it goes into the gut and it just goes right out, and your body does not take in any of the nutrients from that food source. So the enzymes, and there's several different ones, like I said, that Young Living carries that, excuse me, that help break down that food in the gut so that you can absorb those nutrients. And specifically, Essentialzymes 4 is, hold on, now I lost my notes. There they are. Essentialzymes 4 is meant to be taken with your 2 largest meals of the day. And you can take it like at least 15 minutes before to 15 minutes after you eat. And it just helps to soothe and settle the digestive tract and works on breaking down fats, proteins, carbs, and fiber. And you know the one I heard? Fats. It breaks down fats. So that your body can use what it needs and get rid of the rest. It also helps with overall nutrient absorption and provides assistance in balancing your overall enzymes in the body and digestive tract. So it comes with 2 caplets. One is an immediate release. So once that hits your stomach, within just a few minutes, it releases and starts working on the food that's in the stomach. And then the second caplet is a delayed release, and that makes it all the way to your intestine, your small intestine specifically, and helps break down the food there. So it works in 2 different places in your body to make sure that you're getting the most nutrients possible. So this is something that you would, let's say if you're normally eating healthy, but maybe we're deficient now in a lot of our healthy foods. Or if you're not eating as healthy, let's say you're going out for dinner with some friends, you're having a social gathering, a party of some sort, or it's the holidays, then this would be a great enzyme to make sure you take when you're not eating as healthy and you might be more deficient. So it helps your body process some of those items that you ate. This one works best for me I take it after the fact. If I've eaten something that I'm like, ooh, my stomach doesn't feel so bueno, and I either ate too much, I just feel extra full. I take these, and within 20 minutes, I'm like, oh, okay, now I'm starting to feel a little better. So it really does work super, super fast and super well. Another one of the enzymes that I actually take a lot, and this one is meant to be taken at least 30 minutes to an hour before a meal, and that one is essential zymes. Essential zymes helps support healthy pancreatic function and digestion. It can be used in conjunction with a cleansing program. So if you're just kind of wanting to reset your body, then this would be a good one to take to kind of help break down some of those nutrients during that cleansing process. And then it helps to eliminate those toxic wastes from your body. And it also provides liver support. So that's another one that I like, because our livers are put through so much. It's one of the main detoxifying organs. So when we're eating foods that maybe aren't as clean, we want to be able to do what we can to support our body to get rid of what does not benefit us. Okay. The next enzyme is detoxyme. And detoxyme is vegan friendly. So if there are any vegetarians or vegans out there, this one would be an appropriate one for you to take. It provides relief from pressure, bloating, fullness, cramping, gas, discomfort after eating. It works on the digestion of sugars and fat, sugars, starch, proteins, and fat. And so it also may be used in conjunction with a cleansing program. And this particular enzyme is actually the fastest acting of all the enzymes from Young Living. So if you're wanting to have like immediate quick action, then this would be a good one to take. Now this is actually, a couple years ago, I started taking this very regularly when I got my Hashimoto diagnosis. And for those of you who don't know what Hashimoto is, it's an autoimmune condition against that basically your body attacks your thyroid. So I was working really hard at getting rid of all the inflammation and all the toxic buildup that was harming my thyroid. Okay. So this one was very, very beneficial for me. And I still take it to this day. And one way that people, I think often, the question that people often ask is, how do you know what to take and when? And for me, I ask my body, and you're probably like, well, what does that mean? Well, our bodies, our physical bodies, are so much smarter than our head realizes, okay? Because our bodies were made in such an amazing way to heal itself and to do what it needs to do when given the right tools. So I'm going to do a little demonstration. And what I do when I am trying to figure out what my body needs that day, because I don't like wasting money. I don't like throwing money away. And when you take supplements, you take them, and what your body needs, it uses, and what it doesn't need, it pees out, okay? I don't want to pee out my enzymes. I don't want to flush my money down the toilet, so to speak, okay? So I ask my body first, what do I need? And so here's just an example. I'm grabbing an oil just to use as an example, but what you would do is you would just stand straight with your feet just a few inches apart, and then hold the oil or hold the supplement just right here close to your navel. And you can close your eyes, just take a deep breath, and then just ask your body, do I need this oil? And if you start moving forward, which I actually did, interestingly, I put this one on. If you start moving forward, that means your body is saying yes, like give me. You know, when you want something, you go toward it, right? And if it if your body's like, no, I don't need that, then you move away from something. If you don't want something near you, you back away, right? If you just stand still and you don't move forward or backward, you could go either way. It would be a benefit, or, it really doesn't matter. So, just something to consider when you're using supplements and wanting to make sure you're being frugal with your money and following your budget. This is a great way to stretch out the use and your body still get the benefits of those supplements or oils. The next enzyme is allerzyme, and this is also vegan friendly. And this one is especially good for people that might have food issues, food allergies, so to speak, from that. If maybe you're not very comfortable after you've had milk or gluten or whatever it is, you name the food, and if you tend to have issues with it, this would be a good enzyme to take. And so it does help with the bloating, the pressure, the gas, the discomfort after eating. It aids in the digestion of sugars and starches. And Susie has a great testimony that to share about this one.
Hello, everyone. Okay, so allerzyme is one that we use in this house a lot. Chris is allergic to a lot. So most notably, like cream and cheese and things like that. And even like salsa. Like he grew up on like tortillas and beans and all the wonderful foods, but the hotter he eats, like the more it upsets his stomach after the fact. Doesn't mean he stops eating it. It just means that he needs a little bit more help. So when I know that we're going out for Mexican food, or we're going out for pizza, or we're going basically anywhere, we both pop allerzyme, because I'm thinking if he's taking it, I should probably help my body out too. I don't take enzymes regularly, but I understand how important of a role they play in our bodies. So that's my story with allerzyme. We keep bottles of this at home. I even carry it with me when we travel. So we just got married this last weekend. So we were in San Diego and I took the bottle with me because we were doing all kinds of wedding things and prepping for that. I've been with Chris for 20 years. We finally tied the knot. We took the time for ourselves to be able to actually celebrate us now that our son has moved out of the house and we're just going on to our next adventure. I've been with Young Living for 5 years and I just keep falling further and further and further down the rabbit hole. I love supplements because that is probably my Young Living order every month. Rarely, and I mean rarely, do I order oils. Oils last forever, except my cinnamon and nutmeg. I put those in my coffee every morning, so those I go through every month. But for the most part, I don't go through a lot of oils, but I do order supplements. And I'm so excited about this particular supplement because I believe in my heart, the one thing that has kept Chris and I above the wellness line all these years is the 1-2 punch of Ningxia Red and Life 9. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Life 9, and Tammy's going to talk about Ningxia Red. But what I do want to tell you is before we get into Life 9, I want to talk to you about Inner Defense, which is an amazing supplement that Young Living has that we actually used quite a bit in this last week because we've been traveling. Our wedding was about 120 people, so we knew we were going to be around people. There's a pandemic that we're coming out of, so we wanted to make sure that our systems were on point. So our Ningxia Red went with us, and so did Inner Defense, and so did Life 9. So Inner Defense, just so you know a little bit about it, it has some very potent essential oils in it, such as oregano, thyme, and thieves, which is one of Young Living's top oil blends. These particular oils are very rich in constituents such as thymol, carvacrol, and eugenol, and all of those are amazing for immune support. Lemongrass, lemon, eucalyptus radiata, rosemary, and cinnamon bark essential oils are also included in the supplement. And this is why we take it. This is just kind of like, if we want to put on our armor of wellness, we take inner defense before anything, including Ningxia Red, right? Because those are powerful antioxidants. And the 1-2 punch with this is that Ningxia Red works all of these work at fighting free radicals in our body. Well, when your body's fighting something and it sees it as a waste, where's it put it? It puts it in your gut. So you want to support your gut as much as possible. So I'm going to introduce you to Life 9. This is a great complement to inner defense because more than 70% of your immune system is in your gut, which is absolutely amazing. We recommend that you take inner defense 8 hours after taking inner defense. So definitely, if you're taking inner defense, take it in the morning, take Life 9 before you go to bed. It's the best because you guys, honestly, like I'll take Life 9 before bed, and the first thing I do when I get up is go to the bathroom. It's a really cool little system because your body works through the night and pushes all that stuff out. So, and the reason you want to separate those two is because inner defense may kill the good bacteria that's actually in Life 9. So let's talk about that for 1 second. In your gut, there's one hormone called serotonin that actually supports over 300 functions in your body. 90% of serotonin is made in your gut, which I thought it was pretty interesting. And if you have a healthy gut, you actually have a healthy body. So we want to keep that gut health on the way up. So what you need to know about Life 9 is it contains 9 different strains of bacteria with 17 billion active live cultures. And although good bacteria should be found all through your digestive system, the microbes are mostly concentrated in the far end of the small intestine and the large intestine. And for this reason, we can appreciate that the Life 9 capsules are actually made with a special delayed release covering that ensures that that good bacteria supplementation actually gets where it needs to be. And it doesn't go wasted, like what Lene was talking about, right? So the reason why supplementing these good bacteria is key is for all the reasons that Shelby really touched on, right? Is that in our modern world, it's so rare to find rich soil to grow our food to start with. Then they pick the food before it ripens so that it ripens on the truck or in the transportation, wherever it is. That's not good either. They also treat the soil and also wash the produce with all kinds of stuff to try and clean it before it gets to us, right? So furthermore, the stress that we're under, maybe medications that we're taking or illnesses that we're fighting, and then you add in sugar and grain consumption into our diets, along with modern day chemicals, these all serve to deplete the stores of bacteria that are in our gut. So it's no wonder why research shows that most North Americans are chronically deficient in probiotics that play key roles in prevention and preventable illnesses and disease from birth to old age. So probiotics will promote healthy digestion, support gut health, and help maintain normal intestinal function and your immune system. Probiotics support your heart. They also work to reduce the severity of certain allergies and skin issues. They assist with digestion, provide immune support, as well as support healthy weight. Probiotics are also good for your mental health. There's actually really great studies in this. If you pop that into the Googles, the effects of probiotics on mental health. Again, my favorite time to take probiotics is right before I go to bed, because that's going to work in your system all night long. And it's like a trash system. It just goes through your gut and it pulls everything out and it just sticks it right into the waste, right? Your body does a bulk of the fixing while you sleep, which is another important part of wellness. Sleep. You need to sleep in order for your body to repair itself at night. And it will do that with a really great strains, all those strains of bacteria working in your body. So probiotics, of course, are one of the most important things you can do. When people ask me what I think they should start as far as supplementing, I always name Nink Shureta and Life 9. Those are great places to start because you get your antioxidants and you get your bacteria that fights all of the things, right? So what is it for? Obviously, probiotics assist with digestion and they can unlock nutrients in our food as well. Ingredient highlights: Life 9 replaced the ever popular supplement Life 5. When I first got into Young Living, there was Life 5 and Life 9 for a time, and then Life 5 went away. Life 9 is a more robust formula with its 17 billion live cultures from 9 beneficial strains of bacteria. These strains include, let's try this, Lactobacillus, Bifidobacterium, and Streptococcus. Okay, those are 3 of the bacteria that are inside of this. So who should take Life 9? This product is for anyone wanting good gut health, anyone looking to improve digestion and immune system function can benefit from this very popular probiotic. We also have companion products to help support Life 9, right? The supplementation can be taken as daily as part of a foundational nutrition program. And then if you're going to consider it, other products maybe to add to your Life 9 regimen is Master Formula, which will be discussed here later on. And then Super B tablets, you guys, that supplement is amazing. A B vitamin complex. Also for digestive health, check out Digest essential oil or Tummy Jize for that matter. And then if you find that your Life 9 order did not get placed because it went out of stock, have no fear. There is another supplement that you can take, and that is the kids version that's called Mighty Pro. And I am going to hand it over to Tammy, who can talk to you more about Mighty Pro because I don't know anything about the Kids Sense lines since my kid is 22. So here you go, Tammy.
I'm going to jump in real quick before Tammy goes on about Mighty Pro, because there's something I wanted to add to my discussion about enzymes. And enzymes, like Life 9 has a kids version, Enzymes has a kid version as well called Kid Sense Mighty Zymes. And Mighty Zymes are chewable and they're good for kids ages 6 and up. So yes, even adults can take them. You just might need to take maybe more than just a half tablet or one. But they're for the occasional symptom of fullness, pressure, bloating, that stuffed feeling, which is kind of like gas. They contain 7 different enzymes, as well as carrot root powder, alfalfa leaf powder, peppermint oil to aid in digestion. So how many parents never allow their kids to eat any sugar, anything processed? Well, then maybe your kids might not need these. I don't know, but I know I'm not like that. I try to do as healthy things for my kids as possible. But hashtag mom fail, and that's okay. Thankful for the enzymes that we have to supplement that. One other product I wanted to touch base on is our omegas. Omegas are like You know how your car, any engine, needs oil for it to run properly, right? It makes things run more smoothly, things just glide, and there's better communication amongst the different parts when they're oiled up. Same with our bodies. Our bodies communicate better when they have the healthy fats, the healthy oils in them to help the communication process. So that's what omegas are. So it's kind of like you get the anchovies without the anchovy texture, because who likes anchovies? I don't. But they contain the omega-3s, which contain alpha linolenic acid, which is a fatty acid that can be converted into EPA and DHA. Well, what do those letters mean? EPA and DHA are two fatty acids that more than 90% of Americans are deficient in. If you're so one in 10 maybe isn't deficient. So 9 out of 10 is deficient. So how many of us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least all of us are probably deficient in those fatty acids. So those fatty acids are a crucial part of human cell membranes. Our cells make us up who we are. So if they don't have the necessary fatty acids, those cells will start to break down and not work properly. So they also support heart health, mental health. I mean, goodness, our brain is made up mostly of fat. So it needs more fat to keep it healthy. So if you're not getting enough healthy fat in your diet, so no, don't go eat, pounds and pounds of bacon thinking you're doing your brain good. It's the healthy fats like avocado and some of the nuts that are out there. They support infant brain development, and they also support, they help you actually absorb the minerals that you need to keep your body functioning properly as well. They have omega-6s in them, which are primarily used for energy. They assist with supporting immune health, like Susie just talked about, and they help support sufficient blood clotting. And they also help with the occasional mild stiffness in your joints. Hello, aging. Omega-9s are fatty acids that help you process sugar. So additionally, they also help you increase the good cholesterol and decrease the bad cholesterol. And they help prevent the heart attacks and strokes by getting rid of the plaque buildup in the arteries. So that is our omegas, and I think the bottle says take 2 to 4, 1 to 2 times daily. And this would be another one where you could muscle test. I would usually just take 2 in the morning and 2 in the evening. That's what worked for me. So each person is different, and you'll have to decide for yourself what works best for you in your health journey. But now that I've said that, I'll turn it back over to Tammy, and she can share some amazing.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Omega Dice, because this is one that Chris and I won't be without. We take this every month. We order 2 bottles in this house. And one of the reasons I did this is because, first of all, it's the cleanest omega like fat fish oil I've ever found. I love how Young Living just takes it to another level with their quality as far as sourcing goes. So when I read that where it was sourced from, I was like, yeah, we're in this. When I learned that it was fat fish oil, CoQ10 and D3, I was like, okay, this is a no-brainer. I have degrading joints. 2 of my joints have been replaced already. So this one is a no-brainer. This one and Agiles for joint health, those are my jams. So we're going to talk to Tammy now about all of the good.
Okay. As Lene and Susie said, my name is Tammy. I have been using Young Living. I started with oils and quickly moved to cleaning products, and supplements were actually the last thing that I added to my household. And so I've been using the supplements for probably 4 years. The one I have been using the longest is Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red comes in bottles and packets. The packets are great for on the go. I like to throw these in the freezer so that when I head out the door to work in the morning, I grab a few, throw them in my backpack, and then I always have Ningxia Red. I do have a small refrigerator in my office at work, and I have a bottle of Ningxia Red in there as well. Everybody in my house gets Ningxia Red every day. Not the puppy yet. My two older dogs, I used to give that to them every day because it helped with joints and just aches and pains and stiffness, and they just moved a lot better. Everything was better when they got their Ningxia Red. And actually, my German Shepherd was so finicky that he would not eat his food unless Mom put his Ningxia Red on the food. So we use so much of this in my house that every month we order the loyalty rewards bundle, which is 4 bottles and 30 packets. So that is 160 ounces of Ningxia Red, and we use at least that every month. I am sometimes cashing in points to get bottles or packets to get us to the next month when I can order my loyalty rewards order. Let's see. Ningxia Red, I have a graphic to share. Let's see. All right, how do I share my screen?
Is it not letting you share?
Yep, it will. Can we see that? Okay, so this is a volunteer allowed us to take a sample of their blood before consuming 1 ounce of Ningxia Red. So you can kind of see there on the left what the blood looks like before Ningxia Red. And then you can see on the right, the blood from the same volunteer 15 minutes after they took Ningxia Red. It just kind of cleans everything up. Isn't that amazing? And I have one more here. Where did it go? I'm going to let you take a peek at this while I tell you some of the things about Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red is a juice puree. So it is actually not just the juice, it is the entire berry that is used to get what is in this bottle. It is made of wolfberries, and they get their name because it's a goji berry, but it's grown in one little region of China called Ningxia, China, and that is where this berry grows the happiest. It is a staple in their diet. Many of the people in Ningxia, China live to be very old, and many of them don't need visual aids like glasses. They don't need walking aids like canes and walkers and things like that. They are very healthy, and like I said, this is a staple in their diet. So when Gary Young found it, he found a way to make it available to us, and in the form of Ningxia Red. So why do we need Ningxia Red? Ningxia Red, as Shelby told us earlier, is a great way to get antioxidants. We all know that blueberries are one of the richest foods in antioxidants, and they are on the ORAC scale and they get a score of 3,000. On the other hand, Ningxia Red gets a score of 27,000. So Ningxia Red has 9 times the amount of antioxidants that our blueberries do. Ningxia Red is also great in your gut. It helps to convert acid to alkaline, and a neutral pH helps to inhibit the growth of the things that you don't want to grow in your body. I'm going to say stay compliant, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So if you don't want things growing in your body, make sure that you are feeding it Ningxia Red. The only other food that is capable of helping with the pH is the lemon. You are constantly bombarded every single day with things that you have no control over. If you stay in your house and you have a healthy house, that's one thing. I work outside the home. I am an EMT. I go into people's houses. So I am constantly bombarded with unhealthy things within the environment, and I will admit that I'm not the cleanest eater. So a lot of the things that I breathe in and that I eat are full of things called free radicals. And basically what the free radicals are, they're like the enemy on the battlefield. And antioxidants are the army that helps protect your cells. So Ningxia Red, the job for Ningxia Red, it is designed to help your army fight off all of those enemies. So it lets the army do its job. Ningxia Red also provides the perfect proportion of vitamin and mineral pairs. For example, if you have too much calcium, that can cause a zinc deficiency. If you have too much zinc, it can depress your immune system, and that leads to anemia. There's no other single food that has the ability to do what Ningxia Red can do. This lets all of the vitamins and minerals kind of live in harmony together. Homeostasis, that's what we're after. Ningxia Red is a macronutrient, and basically all that means is that it's a whole food, it's from a plant, and there's nothing synthetic about it. And because it's liquid, it is easily accessible for the body. So it's easy for the body to absorb the nutrients in Ningxia Red. If Ningxia Red is also infused with essential oils, as are all of our supplements, and they are infused with the essential oils that best help us absorb whatever nutrient that we're trying to absorb. So in this case, Ningxia Red has the key oils that helps us. And let me see if it says on the back here, Ningxia wolfberry, sweet cherry, plums, blueberries, pomegranate, and then it's infused with, oh, I'm not going to find it, pure vanilla extract. I should know these. I know there's lemon essential oil in here. I am choking. Somebody else can help me. It's infused with exactly the essential oils that your body needs to absorb this the best. And it has the right sugars and the right enzymes. And what that means is when you have the right sugars, the cells open up so that they can communicate with the body. And in addition, Ningxia Red contains every essential amino acid and it's 13% protein. So I have a son who has an issue with textures, and he is not a fan of the texture of Ningxia Red. So I have to get creative about how I give him his Ningxia Red. I have made little gummies with Ningxia Red. I have done popsicles with Ningxia Red. I will just throw these in the freezer sometimes, and then you just tear the top off and then it's like a popsicle. If I'm in a hurry and I need to get it in him, like before he goes to school, I'll just put 2 ounces of water in. I have like a reusable juice box, so it has a screw-on cover so that I can pour this in, pour him a couple ounces of water in there. When it's diluted with water, he's got no problem whatsoever. So he gets the nutrition that he needs. He's not the greatest eater either. So anything that I can put in him that is going to help his immune system with the petri dish that is school, I am going to put in his body. Let's see. I am also going to share with you, I want you to write this down. I want you to, when we are done, go search on YouTube for The Red Drink by Dr. Peter Meinke. And he will tell you that it is a combination of Ningxia Red and sulfurzyme, which is great for hair, skin, and nails. Turns out it is also wonderful for inflammation. So that is usually how I drink my Ningxia Red every day. I get like a 30 ounce insulated coffee cup. I don't drink coffee, but I load it up with ice. I throw Ningxia Red in there. I throw sulfurzyme in there, a drop or 2 of lime essential oil. And then I actually like to fill mine with carbonated water because I like the bubbles. But it helps me drink more water, and it supports all of my joints and connective tissues, and my body is much happier when I'm taking care of it. And again, that was The Red Drink. Go search that out on YouTube, and there is a wonderful video that explains everything. Let's see. I am also going to cover some of the kids' supplements. Lene talked to you about Mightyzymes, and that just comes, it's a capsule, and it's actually a pretty small capsule, and it's easy to chew. So when you have the kid like mine that has texture issues, that one doesn't bother him, and it doesn't have a real strong taste. Mighty Bites, we are getting him used to these because that has a little bit stronger of a taste, but as he's getting used to drinking Ningxia Red, not quite as diluted. So he will, if he's in the right mood and feeling really brave, he will drink just a shot of Ningxia Red with me. let's see, the Mighty Pro. This is, I know Susie talked about this. And I have an image for the kids. Here we go. Here's my image for the kids. And I have this on here and I don't know how to get rid of it there. Okay, so one nice thing about Mighty Pro is that this does not have to be refrigerated. So the Life 9, once you open that bottle, it needs to be refrigerated to keep all of those cultures happy and doing what they're supposed to be at, like working at full strength. The nice thing about this is if I'm just going away for the weekend, I don't want to bring my Life 9 with me and have to worry about keeping it cold so it stays working. I will just throw a couple of these in my backpack or in my purse, and I don't have to worry about keeping them cold. This is another one. My son does not care for whether it's the texture or the flavor or whatever it is, but this you can mix in water as well. And it just takes like an ounce or two. And then you shake it up really good. And then he just drinks it like there's no problem. He does not like it when I mix it with Ningxia. I thought maybe we could kill two birds with one stone. No, they have to be separate. But you know what? You know your kids. Figure out what you need to do to get the nutrition into them. And one of the last things that has really, really been a wonderful addition to my son's supplement routine are these little, they look like a pixie stick and they are called Unwind. And basically what this does, Unwind is a great way for those littles to shut off their brains after a really busy day. My son's brain is always going faster than his mouth, than his feet, than everything. And when he lays down at night, he has a really hard time shutting off his brain without help. And this is the perfect combination of essential oils, and there's magnesium in it. And do some research and find out why magnesium is so helpful when you're trying to calm down. And like I said, this is not as readily dissolvable in water, so you really have to shake this to break it up. But it does have a little bit stronger of a taste to it. I actually take these too, full disclosure, and I can take it right out of this, but I can't pour the whole thing in my mouth at once. So it takes me like 4 or 5 pours, and then I can swallow that without water. But he sleeps a lot better, and my Fitbit tells me that I sleep better when I remember to take this too. I went downstairs to grab this to show you, and I realized that he was out. So now he's at my parents' house for the next couple days without his Unwind, and I hope that he's sleeping. So on the days that I need an extra pick-me-up, I'm bouncing around here and I apologize, but I forgot to talk about one thing. On the days that I really need a pick-me-up, because as I told you before, I do not drink coffee, what I will do is Ningxia Red. I do a couple ounces of Ningxia Red, and I do a Ningxia Zing, and I do a Ningxia Nitro. And that is actually, Mary Young is the one who, it's her claim that she came up with those things. I'm sure other people did it before. The first time I tried it was at Silver Retreat, and they call it Mary's Ningxia Bomb. And Mary's Ningxia Bomb is the bomb. You don't get that crash, the jitters. It is absolutely amazing, and I love it. So we have core 4, kids have core 5. The kids, Mighty Zymes, Mighty Vites. What's the other one? Oh, Mighty Pro, which is a pre and probiotic, by the way. So the prebiotic is basically food for the probiotic to do its job. I think I forgot to mention that. And then everybody can have Ningxia Red. And now I am going to pass the baton. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Sherry, I might need help with that. There we go. I think I got it figured out. Okay. All right. I'm going to hand it over.
And she's gone. Okay. Hi, guys. I am Sherry Hester, and I have been with Young Living for about 11 years. Before I discovered Young Living, I identified as an performer, an actress, singer, dancer. And then Young Living swept into my life, and now this is my full-time job, and I'm totally, fully immersed and committed and everything to it. So, I get the privilege. So let's just rehash for a second. So we told you we were going to talk about the core four. The core four have been given to you. Let's just remember what they are. Okay. Lene told us about essential enzymes 4, and which is your enzyme, right? And omega-gize, which is your fish oil and does all that stuff. Then Susie told us about Life 9, which is your probiotic. And then Tammy told us about Ningxia Red, which is your full body support. Okay. Those are your core 4 supplements. Everybody needs those. All right. Now I get the pleasure to tell you about some add-ons that are really good because it's so hard to just stick to 4. Okay. So here are the next level 3. Okay. I'm going to start with multigreens. As the name sounds like, it is your greenery. It is your greens. None of us, I don't care how clean you eat, get enough veggies. We just don't. Like Lene was saying, the way that we eat, we think we eat clean and just life happens, right? So we all need the greens. And so the multi-greens is great for overall health support. And it's rich in antioxidants, which of course, Tammy just told us all about that in the Ningxia Red. And it supports healthy cell function. It's great for memory, mood, and other nervous system functions. And this is what I'm a vegan. So this makes my little vegan heart so happy when I hear these ingredients. Listen to this. It has spirulina, which is an excellent source of calcium, by the way, and then B vitamins. And it has bee pollen, and it has barley, and it has alfalfa and kelp. Doesn't that sound yummy? So much good greenery. So good for you. So I just love this. And I've got to tell you, it makes me feel great because my husband is not a green lover. He doesn't do his veggies very much. And I just, poor thing, he doesn't even know what he's getting every morning. I just give him a little bowl of pills and I'm like, here, take it. And he's like, okay. I'm like, I put all the multi-greens in there that I can. So it does make me feel better, and I take it every single day. You take 3 a day, 3 at a time. It's a trio. It's a thing. Okay. So let's see if I hit all the things. Oh no, this is really fun. It is the first supplement that Gary Young, our founder, ever made. And Gary swore that he said that it was the most important supplement. So of course it was the first one, but that it's a pretty special one, right? Okay. So, moving on to Master Formula. Yes, absolutely, Jen. Multi-greens is definitely good for energy. Absolutely. Master Formula is your multivitamin. It's just your multivitamin. And we all love a good multivitamin. As everyone here before me has said, our vitamins are different. Young Living's vitamins are different. It's so much different than, what is it, Centrum or what? I don't even remember what we used to get at Walgreens, right? But it's totally different because what you're putting into your body is life-giving and not life-taking by using chemicals and toxins, right? So this is really, really important. Master Formula is super easy to take because it comes in a little packet. Take it every single day. I'm actually running low. I need to order. And it has 4 different vitamins in it. It has 1 liquid capsule, and it has 1 caplet, and it has 2 just capsules. Okay. It's the all-star. It's the all-star because it just does everything, has everything that you need. It's designed as full spectrum health to take care of everything. It has a complete B vitamin complex in it. It has vegan D3. It has gut supporting prebiotics. Before we came out with a prebiotic, this was one of the few supplements that we had that actually had a prebiotic in it. So that's a real win right there. And guess what? It contains turmeric root. And until a week ago, it was the only way that we could get our turmeric from Young Living. Now we can get golden turmeric. but it does have turmeric in it, which we know is so, so great for you, with loaded with antioxidants, and it's great for your skin and hair. And it also contains, Master Formula also contains 60% of your daily iron needs. So there you go. And it's got K2 for bone and heart health. It's packed full of herbs and veggies. And of course, it has oils in it. So this is super great and easy to carry with you. Just put it in your purse. Sometimes that's what I do. If I'm running out of the house, I'll just stick it in my purse and I'll take it later whenever I get there. Let's see. I think Tammy talked a little bit about this, but the equivalent, we have kids vitamins that are supplemental to the adult ones, and the one that goes along with this is called Mighty Bites. So what's great about Mighty Bites is that it is a chewable. So guess what? If you're an adult and you have trouble with capsules or don't like taking capsules or pills, you too can take Mighty Bites. And it's really tasty and it's great. It contains vitamins, minerals, plant nutrients, and antioxidants. So again, so great for the kids. Oh, yes, right. Agilis also contains turmeric. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's good to know too. Agilis is another favorite. So kids ages 4 to 12 can take Mighty Bites, and they take 4 chewable tablets daily. So that's it for our multivitamins. And last but not least of our extras that we're sharing with you is our Pure Protein Complete. So yummy. Our protein shake. So it's protein. And protein is brain food. So isn't it great to start your day with a clear brain instead of a foggy one, instead of sugary cereals, perhaps? Or instead of something, as Lene was talking about, something that might have a lot of fat in it that a lot of people eat for breakfast and clogs up our brains. Let's get some clean protein in our bodies. It has 5, I think I'm saying that correctly. It has 5 different proteins in it. Some of which are there's pea protein, and it's very, very clean. It has 25 grams of protein per serving. It comes in vanilla spice and in chocolate. And I'm telling you, the chocolate tastes like a chocolate milkshake. So good. And it doesn't have caffeine in it. So that's another plus for starting your day with this. Do this instead of your cup of coffee, because the energy that it will supply you will get you through your caffeine drop. Okay. I am going to share my screen and show you a smoothie recipe. This is actually from, some of you may know, probably most of you on here have heard of Sarah Harnish before. And she created this class that we're teaching, or a lot of the stuff that we're taking from it. And she has included her favorite smoothie. So I'm going to share that with you now. It is the Smoothie Break. Can you guys see that okay? Feel free to screenshot this. I will give you a minute. Honestly, I have not made this yet. And as I'm typing this out tonight, I'm like, I cannot wait to make this tomorrow morning. Of course, being vegan, I have my own yogurt, right? Like I have coconut milk and almond milk based yogurt. And so this just sounds delicious. I just think it's amazing. Wouldn't you like to start your day with that? I mean, that's amazing. Okay, so there's that. I hope everybody got that screenshotted who wanted to. All right, so those are all of our great supplements that we're going to talk about. Obviously, we have so many more, but that's what we're focusing on today. So I'm winding us down, and I just want to talk a little bit about how you know that your supplement is working, right? So one thing I know that Shelby put it in the chat. I know that she was going to talk about, so I'm going to reiterate it for her. Do you know that every cell in your body is replaced every 4 months? So you get a new body, and from head to toe, let's just think about it. From head to toe, in about 16 weeks, you're totally brand new. So that's really good news, right? It's very encouraging. I love that. So think about supplements and the journey you would be on in order to reinitiate your body and start reprogramming your body. It is suggested to really see if a supplement is working for you, that you stick with it for about 4 months so that you can completely regenerate, right? So it's really important, guys, just like it is with the oils, that you are in tune with your body and you pay attention. Pay attention to what your body is feeling, how you feel when you're at the end of 4 weeks when you've been taking this supplement. Has it changed at all? And then stop it. Stop the supplement. Stop it for 1 week. And again, take note. Has anything changed? If you do not feel it's working for you, it could be a few things. It could be that it's not for you, right? All of our bodies are different. Believe me, we have a lot of supplements. I'm sure we can figure out one that's going to really work well for you. But it also could be that maybe there's something, that needs to be, detoxified, right? Or something that needs to get out to make your body able to receive all this goodness. So it is suggested at that point, if you choose, that you could actually take sulfurzyme, which Tammy mentioned, another one of my favorites, which is a really, really strong detoxifier. So take sulfurzyme for 30 days. Just take sulfurzyme, detoxify your body, and then try that supplement one other time. And you may see a complete shift, and it might totally, rock your world, or it might not. And if it doesn't, then you move on, right? Everyone's different, and we have something for absolutely everyone. But what's really, really important is, I'm going to bring it back to the way that Shelby started us off, and I just love her opening, that how you feel matters. How you feel matters. And you can't do what you were called to do and what you were created to do when your system is depleted. We must become our whole best selves. We were created for greatness, and we all really aspire for that greatness to happen. And this is one way that you can treat your body and get your body into a place where you are ready to go and ready to do all that you've been called to do. So get serious about these supplements. It's part of your core health, and really feed your body so that you can use your body effectively. And that, my friends, is the end of our Core 4 class. So I am going to unmute you all. It is Q&A time. It is Q&A time, and we would love to hear from you. We're going to, ask all to unmute, and feel free. I have asked you all to unmute, but I'll just let you unmute yourselves, okay? If you have any questions. So, anybody?
I have some questions.
Oh, good, Jen.
That thing you said at the end there, about trying to supplement for 4 months, and then you said take it for 4 weeks and then check how you feel, and don't take it for 1 week. Did you really mean take it for 4 months and then stop it for 1 month?
So sorry, 4 months.
Okay, and then stop it for 1 month and see.
Stop it for 1 week.
Oh, just 1 week after the 4 months. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Only 1 week. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then back to at the beginning, the enzymes. So that's a supplement I've never taken, like Young Living or any other brand. I've never taken any enzymes. So I have 2 questions about that. The best enzyme for someone who's never taken an enzyme before, and the difference. I did not understand the difference between Essential Zyme and Essential Zymes 4. What's the difference? They sound so similar.
Yes, they are similar. And honestly, I was told by someone that trained with Gary Young that they're actually meant to work together. So Essential Zymes 4 has a slow release and a quick release tablet. So the quick release works in your stomach to start working on breaking down the food that's in your stomach. And then the slow release one is broken down in your gut itself, like in the intestine, to help break down the nutrients there. And it works with breaking down the fats, proteins, carbs, and fiber. So it's more of a kind of overall, kind of gets all of the necessary enzymes. Like we could honestly do an entire separate class just on enzymes. And so I had to be very selective in the information that I shared with you because of our time. And so we can actually talk more about it, but essential enzymes is kind of like the big daddy. It covers everything. And then, and you want to make sure you take those with your biggest meals. The essential zyme just helps support overall pancreatic function and digestion, and provides liver support. So because our livers get rid of so much of the toxins, it's like our filter. Our liver is our filter in our body. And so it helps filter things out. And those enzymes then help flush out the toxins to help give that liver a little bit more support, because it does so much for us. So they work beautifully together. But if you are to choose just one, you're like, I'm just going to start with one. Start with Essential Zymes 4. Of all the enzymes, start with Essential Zymes 4. And then depending on your overall health needs, if you have a lot of food sensitivities, then you might want to go with Allerzyme. If you don't have a lot of food sensitivities, then you could stick with Essential Zymes 4 and Essential Zymes, and you would be perfectly fine. For me, because of my health and what I have going on, I also added in, I take Essential Zymes every day, and then I take Detox Zyme as well in the morning and the evening, depending on my muscle testing that I do. I need to reorder Essential Zymes 4 because I really do like it for those moments when I've overeaten, or maybe when I've accidentally had something that didn't quite agree with me as well. So it can feel confusing, but broken down, Essential Zymes 4. Start with that. You'll do your body a world of good. And yes, like Shelby says, it's a good one to travel with because they come in, it comes in a box, but it has 2 capsules or caplets, however you want to describe it, in a perforated thing. So you just take off those 2 Shelby has it. And so there are 2 different colors. You take one of each. And those are the fast acting and the slow acting. One works more on plants and one works more on proteins as well, like animal proteins.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I think Sherry was telling me that this weekend, that Essential Zymes 4 is good for us meat eaters.
Yes.
People
yes.
that eat
Yep.
meat.
Yep.
Meat eater.
Is your muscle testing? Is that the thing that you did with your holding it like down by your navel? Is that what muscle testing is?
There's several different ways that you can muscle test. That's the easiest one that I feel most comfortable with. And for me, it's the easiest one to explain to people how to do. You're just standing there and you ask. And my husband, bless his heart, he's like, this is weird. Yes, it might feel weird when you've never done it before and you're like, what kind of hokiness is this? But your body is very, very smart. And so just ask your body, what do I need? And I do that a lot with my oils too, especially the ones I put on my face in the morning. I go between Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood and Patchouli. I ask my body what I need. Tonight I need a Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood because I was going to teach this class. It comes from a tree. Trees are grounding. So I needed to kind of... So, does that help?
Very much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And if I can just say one thing, so I went to beauty school the beginning of last year, and Marcella Von Harding, who is like Like if you want to learn something, she's a goddess when it comes to enzymes. And she said, I don't know, her and Gary, I'm not real great with Young Living history, but I know enough to know that Marcella and Gary were like personal friends way back in the day. And before Gary started Young Living, he actually had a holistic office in Mexico. And people would come to him and say they had these horrible conditions, whatever they were. And the one thing that she said Gary always stuck to was enzymes. And she said he would make people take 2 on the first day, then multiply it by 2. So 2, 4, 8, 16. Like these are how many enzymes he was having people take every day. And by the time they got down to the last of the bottle, their condition was gone. So it just is a really great testament to how important gut health is and how important it is to keep our gut as healthy as possible.
Whenever you see Marcella teach on that, she gets her bottle out and she goes like this. She literally gets like about 25 in her hand. She just pours it in and she goes, that's it. That's what she takes. She takes every day. She just pours it into her hand.
Sherry, you should share Marcella's trick on capsules versus
Yes.
tablets.
Thank you. I would love to, because this changed my world. You guys, I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that has trouble swallowing capsules and pills. I dread it. I do it. It's not like I can't. I do it. But it's like I have this. Anyway, so Marcella, in one of her talks, shared that this is how you do it. So there's, Tammy, you gave me these words. So I'm going to use Tammy's words. There's floaters and there's sinkers, right? Your floaters are the capsules, the things that would float on top. The sinkers are the caplets or the heavy pills that would fall, that would sink if you put them in, right? So your floaters, when you take them, you pop them in your mouth, you get a huge, thing of water, chug of water, and then you put your chin to your chest to swallow. That's how you swallow floaters. And then caplets or the sinkers, you chug them back like that and you swallow back. I can't tell you, you guys, I feel like a rock star. I almost did a video on it. I can put like 6 or 7 capsules in my mouth now and swallow them. You don't understand how this changes my world. It would take me like 5 hours. I'd sit there with my thing and I'd take one at a time. I go, and I have so many. It would take me all day to get through them. Now I do it like, so that's really kind of cool. That's your free pro tip tonight. Any other questions?
You should let us know when our next class is, Sherry.
I am. I think I will share my screen again, my friends. So, yes, I will. There we go. So here we go. That's not it. Hold on. Okay, let me move this. There we go. So first, let me just show you this. This I just wanted to share with you, and if you want to screenshot it, just so that you know what we've talked about tonight. And these are the numbers, the quote numbers that you can look them up, because I believe that everyone here tonight is a member. If you're not a member, or even if if you're not a member, all of us, please contact the person who invited you, and we all can get you hooked up with a bundle of just these products, or whatever products you want for that matter. So here are all of what we talked about tonight. And now I'm going to move on. This is our next class, my friends, and we are so excited. It's in 2 weeks. And just FYI, in the month of July, we are actually teaching every Tuesday night. And please note the time change. Tonight's class, well, depending on your time zone, it was 8 o'clock for me, Eastern Standard Time, but we are moving it a half an hour later. So please note the change in time. But every Tuesday in July, we will be here to educate you. And the first thing we're going to do is talk to you all about the new convention products. And so here is the same Zoom link that you came to tonight. So you might want to copy that down and put it in your calendar right now so that you can put it in for every night in July. Go to this place, even if you don't know what it is. And actually, I can tell you right now, I don't think, let me see, did I put it in here? I did. Oh, there we go. I didn't know I did that. Here's our schedule for the month of July. So the first week, it's what's new. The second week, we're just going to do a Q&A. Come and just ask us any questions. And hopefully what always happens is we learn from each other. So it won't just be us. We will be learning from you. You will be learning from us. And it's just going to be one educational fest. So July 20th, Mindset matters. This is a huge, important, probably one of the most important things. And the thing that brought the YL Unstoppables together is our mindset and coaching under Melissa Pepping for Basics. So it's something we all feel very passionate about, and we will be talking about mindset. And we actually are going to be doing that on a monthly basis. A mindset matters every single month, a different facet. We will be taking different taking that apart and really talking about it. And then the last week, we'll be doing happy hormones. So that is it. Oops, so sorry. And here we go.
Amy had a question about sourcing of the omegas, and Amy, it is sourced from cold water fish such as anchovy, mackerel, or sardines. So you can eat them without eating the fish. So I hope that answers that question. And then, Susie, did you, or does anybody know
Yes.
the shelf life of Life 9?
Oh.
It does need to be kept in the fridge. But as far as I know, it's good indefinitely. I don't know of a shelf life if you store it appropriately.
My question on the omega-3 or the omega sourcing is that actually, so I'm a sustainability manager by trade. So I do a lot that has to do with the environment, and not really for health reasons, but fish is basically what's killing our planet, is how we're sourcing from that. So I wonder if there's an option to get omegas without that, because there's basically no way to regulate that that's done safely, environmentally, I guess. So I've heard that basically the fish get the omegas from algae. So that's why I was wondering if there was an algae sourced product through Young Living, or if it was, if the omegas were primarily just from the fish source. And I think, Lene, you talked about omega-9s breaking down sugar. I don't hear about omega-9s as much. You know, you always hear about omega-3s and 6s.
Right.
But I was just throwing that out there because that was a new number for me in case there was something specific about that strain, or however you call it.
Yeah. I will have to look into that more further. One thing I would suggest, Amy, is to contact product support at youngliving.com and explain to them what you just explained to me. And the more people we can get to do that, they really do listen. So let them know your thoughts about like where they source their omegas from, and they will definitely listen to you. And if you want, send me your write-up, and I will also send it. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like when you look at like the comparable companies, the how it's sourced is just something that comes up.
Yeah.
Somebody said chlorine is good for the liver.
Choline.
Choline. Oh,
choline, not chlorine.
I was like, what was choline in? I'm a drinker. I like to have adult beverages at night. Like when I did get Ningxia Red, I made, I made it as a mixer. Frankly, I'm not going to stop like having an adult beverage after a long day. So is there any, like that's one thing I like about the Ningxia Red is like putting it in with some fizzy water and some gin or whatever, right? But is there other stuff like that for us that are just not going to apologize about having adult beverages occasionally?
Is this in reference to your question about heartburn,
No,
or is that different?
that's unrelated, but
Oh, okay.
I've been like looking into like gut health. Obviously, like your gut is more of a brain than your mental brain, right? In terms of how your body functions, and I'm aware of that. But I do sometimes get heartburn, and I've been looking at different ways of supporting and building up that gut flora. And of
Mhm.
course, there's so many different options for that, right? But sometimes I don't think about it until there's already a problem, right? So,
That's what I take essential zymes for is when I've had something that I don't get heartburn a lot anymore unless I eat something that does not agree with my body. If I've been glutened, I get horrible heartburn. Like it hurts so bad. And so that's when I'm putting on the Digize on the belly. I'm taking the essential zymes for um, and so that would be a good one for that. But the other, okay, guys, help me. It's now the name escapes me.
Alkaline.
Alkaline. Thank you.
Alkaline.
Oh, yeah.
Alkaline is a powder that you can take. It's kind of, it neutralizes things. So that would be an excellent one to take right after the fact. And that has a very quick effect. And you could put, yeah, Ningxia Red would work too, if you're having some heartburn. But alkaline has been very good. And you can get it in separate little packets. So you can take it for on the go. Or it comes in its own container and you can just measure out like a teaspoon.
Amy, my husband had something that we cannot name, but it has to do with that same issue, right? And he was taking medication for it, and I started putting 3 drops Digize and 3 drops peppermint in a capsule, and he takes it at least once a day, and he has stopped taking I mean, it's totally changed his system. So we use Digize and peppermint a lot for that.
well, thanks for that tip. I know that it's one of those, yeah, it's one of those things where you just you don't think about it until it's a thing, you know.
So a couple things, and I would like to tell you that Chris and I started on probiotics. His heartburn is almost non-existent, and he loves spicy. He would wake up with that. He almost doesn't do that anymore. And actually, he just commented on that the other day. And we have Ponza pills. So if he's not taking Life 9, he's taking those Ponza pills, and it is exactly what Sherry just said. It's just 5 drops Digize and 5 drops peppermint, and that usually takes his away. The other thing I'll tell you is the one thing that we switched up that is affecting us quite a bit in the positive is we started swapping out citrus for the citrus oils because it was the acidity of the citrus. We were actually in Vegas at the Flamingo pool drinking Corona Light with lime. And by the time we got out of the pool, both of us had really bad heartburn. And that's when I started grabbing my Lime Vitality oil instead. And that's what we use now. But it's funny you say that about wanting to drink, like having a cocktail every once in a while is not a bad thing, right? Well, hello, we have our moments. And Chris actually was diagnosed with a fatty liver 4 years ago. So along with that, he was on cholesterol medicine. I started really looking into his cholesterol medicine and what exactly that did for his body. And his medicine was cutting off LDL production in his body. That's how the medicine worked. So we worked diligently to get him away from that medicine. And one of the things that we needed to support was his liver. And we actually got him on high choline foods and omegas. So we started him on a fish diet with a whole lot of greens, including multigreens. And he went in like 6 months ago. He went in for an ultrasound on his liver, and his doctor was like, "You don't have a fatty liver. Like, I don't know who told you that, but you don't have a fatty liver." So yeah, he is supplementing like you wouldn't believe. And multi-greens is a big part of that, along with other greens. Like I make him shakes. He'll drink shakes every once in a while, and that's mostly spinach or kale, or that's how we do our greens. So, and Juvatone, the Juva oil, whatever that is it Juvatone or Juva Cleanse right over your liver, like before you go to sleep? That would be a great idea too.
I think it's Juvaflex is the oil.
Juvaflex, yeah. I forget. One is a supplement, and that's another option. Is the all the Juvas are really great liver supporting supplements and oils.
All right, guys. Is there anyone else that has a question? I just want to respect your time. We've gone a little bit late tonight, but it's been a wonderful discussion in class. And we just want to thank you for coming to this edition of Next Level Wellness presented by the YL Unstoppables. And we are unstoppable, and we hope to see you in 2 weeks back here, same bat channel. And we'll be talking about convention stuff. So thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.